Leo, let me be real with you. If you've been waiting for a sign that everything is about to change, this is it. Between November 23rd and 25th, 2025, the universe is opening a door that only swings open once every 150 years, and you're standing right in front of it. What's behind that door? A financial breakthrough that's meant to carry you for the next 33 years. This isn't some random message or fluffy horoscope. This is a wake-up call, a once-in-a-lifetime alignment written across the sky. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's alignment, pure, divine alignment. And Leo, it's for you. You see, I've been where you are. Tired of pushing so hard and wondering when something will finally give. Wondering why you can shine so bright and still feel like you're stuck in a shadow. I've felt that too. But the truth is, sometimes we're not waiting for the miracle is waiting for us to step up and claim it. That's what this video is. A sacred mirror. And if you're watching it, you're not here by accident. Your soul led you here because it's time. The astrology is clear. The energy is rare. And the door? It's opening soon. I'll be guiding you through what's happening astrologically, spiritually, and energetically over those 3 days in November. But before we get to that, I want you to pause for a second and take this in. You are about to hit the jackpot, not just in money, but in clarity, recognition, and power. That fire inside you? It's not just passion, it's purpose. And the universe is finally ready to match your energy with reward. This isn't just about making more money. It's about stepping into a new chapter where you're no longer chasing anything. You become the magnet. You become the source. And people start to feel your presence before you even speak. So here's what I need from you. I want you to be present. Watch this video like it was made for you, because it was. And if anything I say hits home for you, don't let it slide by. Type it. Say it out loud. Claim it. Right now, go to the comments and write, I am aligned with this 150-year portal. I am ready for my 33-year breakthrough. Not because I said so, but because something inside you knows it's true. And if you've been supporting Eternal Mindfulness, whether by liking, commenting, subscribing, or just showing up, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're the reason this channel exists. You're the reason these messages reach the people who need them most. But Leo, trust me when I say this, you will want to stay with me all the way to the end. What the universe is about to reveal is breathtaking. Let's step through this portal together. Leo, if you've ever felt like you were made for something more, something greater, something lasting, this is that moment reaching back to you. These 3 days at the end of November, November 23rd, 24th, and 25th of 2025 are not just calendar dates. They are energetic signatures. And if you're paying attention, you can feel it already. The air around you may start to change. The way your thoughts move. Even the way silence feels. Because in the realm of astrology, time isn't just measured in minutes. It's measured in alignments, frequencies, and invitations from the universe to evolve. This is one of those rare invitations. What's happening astrologically in this window is nothing short of extraordinary. We are entering a high-frequency alignment, a harmonic convergence of 3 of the most powerful celestial forces, Jupiter, Saturn, and the Sun. When these three align in a particular pattern, especially one involving your sign, Leo, it sends out a vibration that reaches directly into your life blueprint. It stirs the places in you where vision meets responsibility, where light meets structure, where dreams ask to become real. Let me break that down for you in a way that actually touches your world. Jupiter is about expansion. It's the cosmic amplifier. When Jupiter activates in your chart, especially during a portal like this, it's as if your life gets a green light. Opportunities that once seemed far-fetched now appear at your doorstep: business ideas, career shifts, financial surprises, new partnerships. But Jupiter doesn't just hand you things, it stretches you. It pushes you to grow into the version of yourself who can hold abundance with wisdom, not fear. Saturn, on the other hand, is the builder. If Jupiter says, "Let's go big," Saturn says, "Let's make it last." It brings you discipline, order, and foundations that don't crumble at the first sign of challenge. When Saturn aligns with Jupiter during a period like this, you don't just get lucky, you build a new reality. One that serves not just your bank account, but your values, your worth, your legacy. And then there's the sun, your ruling light. The symbol of your core identity. During this time, it's not simply shining overhead. It's illuminating your deeper knowing. It's calling you forward, reminding you that you were never meant to live a life of mediocrity. You were born to lead, to inspire, to create, and most importantly, to be seen. The sun in astrology is never passive. It gives life. It awakens purpose. And right now, it's pointing directly at you. These 3 days in November form a sort of cosmic handshake between fate and free will. A moment where the stars offer something, but it's up to you to take it. Not through hustle. Not through fear. But through clarity. Through readiness. Through trust. You may have been walking through seasons of uncertainty. You may have felt like you've been doing everything right and yet nothing has moved. But just like a seed sits quietly in the soil, waiting for the right temperature, the right moisture, the right alignment, your breakthrough has been waiting for this window to activate. And now it's here. This is not about overnight success or flashy miracles. It's about stepping into a chapter of longevity. 33 years of aligned prosperity don't come from wishing, they come from being willing to receive, to participate, and to steward. If you've been carrying the light of generosity, integrity, and quiet resilience, this is your reward cycle. Not because you need to be rescued, but because you've become the person who can now rise. So stay with me. Listen closely. Let this message settle not just in your mind, but deep in your spirit. Because these days ahead are not random. They are appointed. And they carry your name. When I sat with the energy of Leo during this sacred window, what came through was powerful, not loud, not dramatic, but deeply steady, like something inevitable finally coming into form. I reached for my deck, not with an agenda, but with an open heart. I wasn't looking for answers. I was listening for confirmation. And what I received was exactly that, the kind of confirmation that doesn't just land in your mind, but settles in your bones. 3 cards fell: the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, and the 10 of Pentacles, and as soon as they hit the table, I knew we weren't dealing with possibilities anymore. We were dealing with prophecy. Let's start with the Wheel of Fortune. This card doesn't show up when things are staying the same. It arrives when life is shifting, when the tides are turning and the stage is being reset. It speaks of a moment when what has been spinning beneath the surface finally rises up and changes everything. If you've been wondering when your moment would come, this is it. Not because you stumbled into it, but because the wheel has finally turned in your favor. This card is about cycles, karma, divine timing, and right now, that timing is yours. Then comes the sun, which isn't just a card in this reading, it's a mirror. You, Leo, are ruled by the sun. You are its expression. And when this card shows up, especially in a spread meant for you, it's a reminder that your light isn't just beautiful, it's magnetic. Your brilliance isn't something you need to prove. It's something that already works in your favor. The sun says that when you stop hiding, when you stop shrinking to fit other people's comfort, everything that's meant for you starts finding you effortlessly. This is about being seen, not just for what you do, but for who you are. This is about walking into a room and shifting the atmosphere without saying a word. And then the Ten of Pentacles. This card doesn't whisper. It declares. It's about wealth, not just in your bank account, but in your legacy. This is about long-term abundance, financial security, unexpected inheritance, generational wealth. Sometimes it speaks of contracts being signed, of homes being bought, of families being cared for, of a future being secured. It's the card of finally. Finally seeing the fruits of what you've labored for. Finally understanding why you had to wait. Finally watching everything align, not in pieces, but all at once. Together, these three cards are not just a message. They are a blueprint. The wheel tells you change is here. The sun reminds you who you are in the midst of that change. And the Ten of Pentacles confirms that what's coming is not a quick fix, it's a lasting reward. I often call combinations like this a millionaire's code, not because it's about money alone, but because it's about stepping into the frequency of someone who knows they're worthy of all that abundance, and who is ready to manage it with wisdom, grace, and vision. But here's the thing, cards don't dictate your future. They reveal the energy around you and invite you to meet it. You still have agency. You still have choice. What this spread tells me is that the door is open, but you still have to walk through it. And that part, that decision to believe, to show up, to act from a place of trust instead of fear, that's where the real transformation begins. That's the part where faith meets action. So if you feel something stirring in you as you listen to this, don't ignore it. This isn't hype. This is alignment. A very real shift is happening. A new cycle is beginning. And you, Leo, are not here to observe it. You're here to embody it. By now, Leo, you've probably felt it had inner stirring that tells you something big is on the horizon. Not in a vague or someday kind of way, but something tangible, something you can almost touch. The astrology and the cards have laid the foundation. The signs are there. But now comes the part that most people overlook, the part where you turn potential into reality. And the truth is, even when the stars align, nothing changes if you don't move with them. That's where real magic happens, not just in believing, but in doing. So let's talk about what it means to actually step into this 33-year breakthrough. Because it's not about waiting for someone to hand you a golden opportunity. It's about getting clear, getting real, and showing up like the person who knows that the door has already opened. I've guided people through hundreds of shifts like this, and the ones who experience lasting transformation, They're the ones who meet the moment with both hands open. The first thing you've got to do is clarify your financial vision. Not the one you think sounds good, but the one that feels aligned with your deepest truth. What does abundance mean to you? Freedom, security, legacy. Be honest. Be specific. Write down what you want to earn, save, give, and build. See it not as a dream, but a blueprint. The universe moves faster when you get specific, because clarity is a form of commitment. And when you commit, energy moves. Next, it's time to think about how you're showing up in the world. Leo, your light was never meant to be small. If you've been hiding, playing it safe, or waiting for someone to give you permission to shine, this is your permission. Invest in your image, not because it's shallow, but because your presence speaks before you do. Build your personal brand. Polish your message. Whether you're an artist, a healer, a teacher, or a leader, you have something to offer, and the world needs to see it. The sun is your ruling planet. It wants you to be visible, not just to others, but to yourself. And let's not forget the practical side. It's time to expand your financial literacy. You don't need to become a Wall Street analyst, but you do need to know how to manage your money with wisdom. Learn about investing. Talk to people who've done what you want to do. Track your income. Know where your energy and your money is going. Financial clarity equals energetic clarity. It's one of the most underestimated forms of self-respect. Now, let's get personal. What makes you come alive? That thing you lose track of time doing? That's where your magic lives. Leo rules creativity for a reason. It's your spiritual currency. Whether it's speaking, painting, performing, building, didn't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself. Create your own platform. Let your gifts make a way for you. I've seen people turn their voice, their art, their story into wealth, not just financial wealth, but soul wealth. Start now. Even small steps count when they're in the right direction. And finally, trust your gut. Your intuition is not guessing, it's guidance. If something in you is saying, "This is my time," believe it. If an opportunity finds you out of nowhere, don't talk yourself out of it. Don't wait until you feel ready. Move like it's already yours. Act like someone who's already won the lottery of alignment. Because in truth, you have. The door is open. Now it's your turn to walk through. So Leo, ask yourself, if you truly believe the next 33 years could bring wealth, fulfillment, and deep recognition, what would you do differently, starting today? That's the question that will change everything. Sometimes, the real block isn't the lack of opportunity, it's the quiet belief that you don't deserve the ones that do show up. And that belief? It's not always loud or obvious. It hides in the way you talk yourself out of ideas before they start, in the hesitation before you hit send, in the way you shrink yourself just enough to stay comfortable. I've seen it in others. I've lived through it myself. And the most beautiful thing I've learned through astrology and energy work is this: when your outer world feels stuck, it's often because something inside still believes it has to earn what's already meant for it. In this next phase, especially during a cosmic window as rare and charged as November 23-25, 2025, your greatest responsibility isn't to chase anything, it's to make space for it. That starts with healing. Not dramatic, performative healing. Quiet, personal, daily choices that begin to shift the vibration of your thoughts, your body, and your expectations. Leo, you are ruled by the sun. That means you carry a natural radiance, a warmth that others feel even when you don't notice it. But over time, even the brightest lights can dim, not because they burn out, but because they start believing they need to tone it down to be accepted. This phase of your journey is about undoing that. It's about remembering that you never needed to become more, you only needed to believe that who you already are is enough to hold what's coming. One of the most effective ways I've seen people unlock new cycles of abundance is through the tiniest, most intentional rituals. Not because rituals are magical, but because they train your body and mind to believe again. Try this one, each morning this week. Give yourself just 3 minutes, no phone, no noise, just you. Place your hand over your heart and say, I am worthy of wealth. I am chosen to carry light and abundance into this world. It may feel strange at first, but truth often does when we haven't spoken it in a while. Along with this, work with your environment. Use colors that remind your nervous system what you're calling in: shades of gold, deep orange, bold reds. These are the colors of Leo's power center, and they activate your energy field in subtle, supportive ways. Burn a yellow candle during meditation. Sip warm lemon water in the morning to help reset your solar center. These aren't just wellness hacks, they're cues to your body that it's safe to expand, that it's safe to receive. Healing emotional scarcity isn't just about believing in your future, it's about forgiving the past. The past versions of you that didn't know better, that played small because it felt safer, that stayed silent when you really wanted to speak. Those parts of you weren't wrong. They were just trying to survive. But you, here and now, are ready to live, and that requires a new relationship with enoughness. If anything I'm saying stirs something in you, take it as a sign to pause. Not because you're behind. Not because you need fixing. But because this is the space where change begins, not in some massive gesture, but in the quiet decision to believe in your own worth again. You don't have to hustle your way into this new chapter. You just have to open the door and let it in. Ask yourself now, not, what do I need to do to deserve this, but, how would I show up if I already believed I did? That question alone can unlock everything. As we arrive at this point in your journey, Leo, everything we've explored so far, the timing, the tarot, the emotional healing, the practical strategy, it all begins to form a clearer picture. It's no longer just about a window of luck or a hopeful shift. This is about a system of alignment, and like all systems, it's made of many layers. Astrology tells us about timing. Numerology shows us the frequency. And the law of attraction reminds us that the final call, the real activation, comes from within. The number 33 isn't random. It's one of those numbers that doesn't whisper, it radiates. In numerology, it's a master number, a vibration that doesn't just pass through life, but elevates it. 33 represents a rare blend of spiritual purpose and material realization. It's the energy of someone who builds not just for themselves, but for others. And when this number shows up, as it has for you now, it's saying, you're ready to carry more. And what you carry will ripple far beyond your own story. Wealth, in this context, is not a prize. It's a responsibility, and you're becoming the kind of person who can hold it with grace. And then we have the dates themselves, November 23 to 25. Add them together and you get 50. Reduce that, and it becomes 5. That's the number of change. Not forced change, but evolutionary change. The kind of shift that breaks old habits, liberates you from outdated patterns, and invites you into something more alive, more aligned. 5 is freedom. It's movement. It's the moment you realize you've outgrown your old limits, and you no longer need permission to expand. That's why these 3 days matter. It's not because something magical will happen if you wait for it. It's because these days carry a frequency, a code, that is easier to match when you meet it consciously. When you step into them with intention. When you decide to be someone who is no longer available for struggle, scarcity, or delay. Because what you're calling in now is bigger than that. And it begins by honoring your own magnetism. Color is one of the easiest ways to tune into this. Vibration doesn't just live in sound or feeling, it lives in what you see, in what you wear. So during this time, surround yourself with colors that support your transformation. Gold tones activate your confidence and your connection to the sun, your ruling light. Coppery orange pulls in creativity and grounded energy. Pearl white helps clear the emotional clutter and brings clarity into your choices. You're not just dressing, you're realigning your field. And through it all, let your words lead. I've seen over and over again how a single affirmation, spoken daily and with presence, can shift an entire mindset. Don't just say things because they sound nice. Say what you want to believe even before you fully believe it. Try this one: I am a magnet for money, opportunities, and beautiful miracles. Let it live in your breath. Let it echo in your actions. Let it shape your decisions. This moment in your life is not small. It's not subtle. It's not meant to be brushed aside like another hopeful prediction. This is alignment. And you're not just receiving it, you're becoming it. So show up like someone who knows what's happening. Walk into these days with your eyes open, your shoulders back, and your energy grounded in purpose. Because Leo, the more aligned you are with who you truly are, the more everything you've been waiting for will start finding its way to you. Leo, if you're still with me, I want to take a moment to honor that. Not just because you finished this video, but because something in you was ready to hear this message, and you chose to stay open. That matters. More than you realize. Because transformation doesn't begin with massive action, it begins with attention. With awareness. With the quiet decision to no longer ignore the pull inside you that says, I'm meant for more than this. Everything you've just heard about the energy of this rare astrological moment, the cards, the numerology, the practical steps, the healing, none of it is theory. It's not just spiritual poetry or hopeful storytelling. It's a mirror. A mirror meant to reflect back the part of you that's been waiting patiently to lead. And now, you're being asked to make a choice. Will you walk into this new chapter just hoping things will change? Or will you step in with clear intention, with grounded confidence, and the kind of faith that turns possibility into reality? Let me ask you something. What if you're not here just to receive wealth but to embody it? What if your story, your voice, your presence was meant to inspire others to remember their own light too? And what would happen if you stopped asking, when is it my turn, and started saying, this is my turn? You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be willing. Willing to act even when it's uncomfortable. Willing to believe even when fear whispers otherwise. Willing to show up for the life that's already reaching for you. So here's my invitation: revisit the parts of this message that stirred something in you. Don't let them fade. Write them down. Reflect on what step you can take today, not tomorrow, that tells the universe you're ready. Maybe it's creating a financial vision. Maybe it's putting yourself out there in a new way. Maybe it's simply saying yes to your own worthiness. And if you felt seen, encouraged, or guided in any way by this message, take a moment now and share it in the comments. Say it out loud, type it below, make it real. Write, I am ready to receive my 33-year financial breakthrough. Not for me. For you. For the part of you that's done waiting and ready to rise. Thank you for letting me walk this moment with you. Every like, every comment, every subscription is not just support for this channel, it's energy. It's alignment. It's part of a greater ripple that allows eternal mindfulness to keep creating content that helps light the path for souls like yours. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for showing up, not just here, but for yourself. And remember, Leo, you don't just have a future. You have a calling. You're not just chasing blessings. You are one. And if you stay rooted in that truth, you won't just witness miracles. You'll become the space they live in. I hope you stay with me until the very end of this journey, because I truly believe the most beautiful part of your story is just beginning.